Let's see what's next on the list. It's time to meet your Blue Hat bucket list traveler, Gary Dean.
Okay, podcast number 1, Blue Hat bucket list traveler. Just gonna do it. It's the podcast, and then I just thought I would record it, and that can kind of work for us as we go through. I can use that as well for the videos, add the pictures that I'm referencing as I podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast and you would rather see everything going on, you can go over to watch the full video. You don't just have to listen. You can see the actual pictures going with it. So this is I've traveled 26 cruises in 26 months. Just got off the NCL Sun, did 31 days, Honolulu to Melbourne. So that's just got done. But we're going to go back to the very beginning, cruise number 1, which was October 2022, Vancouver, Alaska return on the NCL Jewel. So that'll be the first cruise. I just have to do a bit of preliminary work because that cruise got off to a really terrible start for me personally, because I had gone down to, I bought a new car, Mustang 5-liter, and Tony Pink Hat, she was in Manila, back in the Philippines in Manila, and I told her, why don't you fly to your sisters in Los Angeles? I'll drive down, pick you up, and then I want to take that car and I want to see America. So let's cruise across to Myrtle Beach. So we'll go coast to coast, drive it, and then we'll go down through Florida and back around up through the Gulf Coast, through Texas, go up in through California again, and then go down San Diego, and then come back to Los Angeles, and we'll be gone about a month. She says, sounds great. I go down to Los Angeles, pick her up, we do the trip. It's a great trip. I'll do lots of videos on that once I'm done on the cruises. And the podcast to go over that. I take her back to Los Angeles, drop her at her sister's place. It's just outside Los Angeles, near Long Beach. And I've got my timeshares. I've got Worldmark, Wyndham, and Hilton, and I'm going to use the Worldmark timeshare at Oceanside, which is a beautiful big timeshares right near the ocean. And
that's Oceanside Beach. You can hear the waves. It's loud. They really rumble in. More surfers on the other side. That's the pier over there. My resort is back. We'll turn slowly. Back behind over in there. Can't really see it. It's about a 3-minute walk, 4-minute walk behind it. There's some more people heading out. Very loud. Very nice. I'm going to try and walk to the pier. Got my walking shoes on. I guess you could go barefoot too. I'm not a pro. Nice and quiet. Relaxing.
So I dropped Tony off. I'm gonna just stay there. She's got to get ready and pack up. She's gonna fly home the next day. I'm just gonna stop in the morning on my way back. It's about a 20-some hour drive from Los Angeles there back up to Vancouver where I live. So I'm gonna just stop in the morning early before rush hour gets too bad and go. So I'm down in Oceanside that night, and I go walk the beach. I'm watching the surfers. Everything's good. I order a takeout salad, near the beach. I take that back to the timeshare condo. I pack up. I work a couple hours. It's like now 9 o'clock, so I pack up my bags, get everything ready, get it near the door. So I just got to get up and shower and go. I'm having trouble sleeping because I'm kind of excited. I'm going to do this drive back home, and I need to get home because I got the cruise. The cruise is going to be in 2 days. It's like a day and a half drive home, and then I'm going to have half a day or a day, and then I'm going to get on this cruise ship. I somehow threw myself around. You know, I'm having trouble sleeping, getting kind of angry that I can't fall asleep, and I'm throwing myself around and on the bed, you know, being pouty. All of a sudden, I'm dizzy. I can't see. I'm nauseous. I'm really sick. I managed to make it to the bathroom. I can barely move. I'm thinking I had a stroke, right? You know, my grandfather died at 59, so I'm whatever then, 56, 57, something like that. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just genetics, you know, it's hereditary. I'm a goner. And Tony's sister's a nurse, so it's like 3 in.the morning, getting to be 4. I wait till around 5:30. I call her place and said, you know, I've got a bit of a problem here. I can't move. I'm dizzy. I'm sick, nauseous. I don't know what's happened. Her sister says she doesn't know either. There's not much they can do. They're a couple hours away. Call EMS. So I call emergency services. I call the front desk and tell them I got a problem here. I don't know what's happened. They call ambulance and fire. So they all show up. There's like 7, 8 guys coming. I can't get the door. I have to get the door open so they can get in. And I stagger over there. I managed to unlock that thing. It took a big effort. And I, you know, pretty much, you know, nauseous, sick, and just make it back, lay down in the bed again, just, you know, can't, once I do that, I can't move again for however long, and then now they're there, the ambulance and fire guys are there. They check me all out, nothing they can see is wrong. They want to take me to the hospital. I said, well, if you can't see anything wrong, then I don't know what it is, but I don't need to go to the hospital if we don't know what it is. I got a problem though. I need to be on this timeshare at 10 a.m. because people are coming. It's you know, end of September, early October, and you know, it's in a warm place. Lots of people are coming. They need this timeshare room. So I'm going to post a picture of me with. I still got a picture of me with you know, the pads they put on you when they check all your vitals and everything. I'll post that with this video, with this podcast video, and I call back her sister and Tony, and I say, you know, like, okay, they said there's nothing they can see. I'm stuck in this hotel room. I don't know what to do. And her sister says, well, maybe it's vertigo. So I Google vertigo, and it's very similar for sure. You know, the way the symptoms are. If I can't. I've got no balance. You know, I've lost equilibrium. I'm nauseous. You know, things aren't making brain can't comprehend what's happening. You pretty much want to die, I'll tell you. You think that, you know, if this is how life is going to be, then it's not going to be good. So there's a thing, I Google and I go on YouTube, and there's 3 different kinds of vertigo, and maybe the one I have can be fixed by, you know, you got to put your head this way and then throw yourself that way and wait a bit and then throw yourself back. You're just trying to get there's some things in your ears that got to get stabilized. And I don't play one on TV, so you'll have to Google what that is. Anyways, the one I tried worked. I was very, very sick for about an hour. I couldn't move, but I slowly started to feel better. I managed to make it to the fridge, get some water. I'm going to say shout out to the guy at WorldMark. When he saw, there was a maintenance guy, and when he saw the ambulance and the fire guys going, this is take 2 of this podcast because I cried in the first one, but this guy just working there, he came and he said, you know, he brought me he went and got me a bottle of water. He gave me some water. he said, if you need anything, let me know. You look terrible. I don't know what's happened either, but I hope you're going to be okay. So just a caring guy, a nice guy, and lived in the city for most of my life, 40 some years in big cities. So, you don't see people like that much in the big cities. I haven't anyway. So very nice guy. And he looked after me, checked in on me a couple times. I made it into the shower. I got showered. I got a luggage cart. I managed to get the luggage down to the car. This guy saw me as I was loading my suitcase. He says, "Is that you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "Wow, I thought you were going to leave in an ambulance or whatever. Wow, that's crazy. You're up." And I said, "Yeah, I guess it's vertigo or something. I managed to fix it." And so now I drive into Long Beach, near Long Beach there, and to say, give Tony a hug and a kiss goodbye. She's flying home, and I'm going back up there, and I'll see her, whatever, in 6-7 months or whatever it usually is. And it was just post-pandemic, so it's still kind of hard to fly around. You could drive and do a bit of things, but you can do a lot of things. So she, they don't want me to drive home. I'm like, I gotta go. I don't know if I've told everybody I've got a cruise to get to or not, but that is my motivation. It's my mom's 81st birthday gift. I need to get, I'm excited too. I want to try cruising. So anyways, my sister puts a thing on my iPhone so she can make sure I'm okay as I'm traveling, and she can follow. She can check it every hour or two and just make sure I'm still moving. And I make it home. I don't have time even to go to a doctor though, because we're going to get on this ship. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get on the NCL Jewel. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm still excited to talk about it. I love travel. When you see all the places I've been before, I've been traveling. My finances allowed me to start to travel around 2012, I think, is when my trips started. Bangkok. I was living and working in Asia, Philippines. So but I managed to start to make enough money that I had extra. I was running my business. Businesses take a lot of cash. It's you're kind of the poorest guy on the block until you sell the business. But I had made enough extra that I could start to travel with Tony, and sometimes her kids would come. So I've been traveling. I'll show you all that stuff as time goes on. But we're talking about cruises. You're here to cruise Alaska. We're going to cruise Alaska. So I'm excited. And I get my mom. We live nearby each other in condos. She's got her condo. I got my condo. So I go over to her condo, get an Uber, and here we go. We're going to go. So down we go. It's about 40 minutes. We live outside the city in the suburbs, so we get down there, and there's a big, hope you like my podcast microphone. I bought that, I think it looks good too. It is working. It's not just a prop, but I think it looks great. I got to kind of see over it here. I got my computer monitor here so I can follow along with what I'm going to talk about. So like I said, I got to show you that picture. So I'm excited to get down there. I'm going to, we get there, there's 3 ships in port. There's ships doing repositioning. They go out of there. Some go south towards Los Angeles. Alaska season is finishing. This is October, so some are going to go down to Los Angeles and then do the Mexico runs. Some are going to go farther. Some are going up and around Alaska to Japan, and then across to Japan. So there's 3 ships in port, and there's thousands of us getting on these ships. So it's just post-pandemic, right? So it's a bit of a deal to get on this ship, and our ship is leaving last. It turns out we couldn't figure out why our line is so slow and other lines were going faster. Well, there's always a reason. Don't panic if it happens to you. There's a reason they're doing things. Those ships are leaving first, so they got a lot of their personnel are working to get those people onto those ships and get them out of there, and then we're going to get on. We're leaving last. So we finally get through there. We get onto this ship, and so we're going to do Vancouver, Sea Day Inside Passage. We're going to get up to Juneau, then Skagway, then Glacier Bay, then Ketchikan, then Sea Day back. So we got 3 ports, a glacier passage day, and 2 sea days is kind of how this is going to work out. So we managed to get on this ship, and it's October, but it is nice. Like the weather is good. Okay, I gotta skip. Here we go. Okay, there's the. So I'm gonna skip ahead. Now these photos are gonna come through the video as I'm talking, so you'll see them. There'll be some videos obviously amongst that, so we'll blend it all in there. We're gonna cut it into pieces. Plus there'll be a long one, so you can do it however you like to do it. You know, I'm gonna even do a real one, so those pictures just shoot by. So if you're in a hurry, they can go by. Every picture tells a story, 1,000 words. So, you know, I don't need to explain them. I'm just going to go in order of what happened. So we get there. They want to do the picture of us together, which I love. And then we get on that ship. We get to our room. It's not split into 2. I got an ocean view room. I don't like the cold. I'm not interested in a balcony going to Alaska in October. Zero interest in that. I spent a lot of my years in the Philippines, and I like to spend winters where it's warm, so I'm not into the. Anyways, I got us an ocean view room. I upgraded to an ocean view room. I wouldn't do it again. You probably either go inside or balcony, and I just go inside now. Like I said, 26 cruises in 26 months. I'm not in the room a lot. Mostly looking around. So that's how I do it. Anyways, they had to get them to split the bed into 2, and the Jewel, I don't know what year it's been remodeled. I might put a thing up here in the video up here somewhere. Once I find that out, I will Google that. The Jewel it's in nice shape. Like, it's a nice looking place. I've been in 5-star resorts in different parts of the world. Indonesia for one. You know, I've seen luxury, and this ship is, you know, looking very, very nice. Elevators are great. They got, we head up to the buffet room. It's time to check out the food now, and they've got the prime rib embarkation meal. So my mom's very happy. Due to diet constraints and bad health, like five years before that, I've had to switch to no cholesterol in my food. My body doesn't handle it well, so I live on fruits, vegetables, beans, you know, like breads, things like that. I have to watch what I eat. Very simple though, fruits and vegetables. Don't have to read the label. Now it's our town, it's Vancouver. Vancouver looks amazing, right? I mean, blue skies. You'll see the pictures. It's amazing. And if you're not seeing the pictures, hey, get over here and check out. If you're just listening, get over and check out the pictures. They're amazing. Vancouver has been ranked at different times in the top, 10, 15 cities in the world for beautiful, right in the mountains. It's a wonderful city. So we're doing our pictures. I'm looking around. There's a jogging track, basketball court, golf driving range. I'm just like, what? I don't golf, in case you're wondering. I'm busy working and traveling. I'm not a golfer. I know people that are, and they really love it, and I'm happy for them. So, but I don't. But you can practice your swing on. And I've always said I've never seen anybody in the cage. And the last couple cruises, I have seen people practice in their golf swing. And I met people from Holland, the guy and his wife brought their golf bags to the cruise and took it on the cruise. And then they did the same as me, Honolulu to Melbourne, 31 days. And then they're getting off in Melbourne, and they're gonna do some golfing as they go. He golfed a couple times in different ports. Tahiti, I think, was one. He did a couple golf games, and then he's gonna golf around Melbourne. And it was the Melbourne Tennis Open or whatever. So he was gonna Australian Open in Melbourne. So he was gonna be catching that. Yeah. So he's a very excited guy. Anyways, jogging track, swimming pool, hot tubs. I'm like, wow, this thing is nice. People are swimming. I brought my swimming trunks. I knew there'd be pools. I didn't know anything else though. Now, let me say, thanks to my mother, because she has cruised before. She was silver level. We went. Why did we choose NCL? Well, it's because that's the one she likes. She has cruised NCL. I think only NCL, if I'm not mistaken. So she's really a fan of NCL. She likes how it is there. She knows her way around NCL. So at 81, you don't want to be trying a lot of new things, right? You kind of like what you know, and I get that. And I just like there's freestyle. There's no dress codes. Since I was an accountant for 20 some years, traveled in and out of the big city to the suburbs on the trains. I did my number, and I had to wear the dress shirts and the pants, sometimes ties, and dress shoes all my life. So once I got my own business, I definitely didn't dress that way again, and I don't like to now, unless it's a wedding or a funeral. So I like NCL for the relaxed atmosphere and everything too. So, but it's great to have somebody that's done the cruising before, so she knew, okay, we're gonna go get there, we're gonna go to the buffet, room's ready, we're gonna go to the room, then we're gonna go look around, don't buy this, don't do that. She knew all how to do this thing. She has coaching me. So I'm really watching people. There's sun decks. I'm just figuring out quiet areas. Vancouver's looking amazing. The leaves are red on the trees. I am ready to go. We're not ready to go yet, though. Canada Place looks amazing with the sails. There's all 3 ships are still there. So at this point, they're all there. I took a picture of the Lion's Heads. They're up in, I believe it's North Van. Is where they are, and you'll see the picture of them. They look amazing. North Van looks amazing. There we go. They got the bed split into 2. We got our freestyle magazine, which I love. Tells us what's happening, when and where, when the shows are. Now we're ready to leave. Got to get the jacket on. It's getting cooler. The sun's going down, and Vancouver's just like a jewel, just shining in the sun. Last of the sun. The big high rises and buildings are glowing. We're going by Stanley Park, just looking amazing. Then we go under the Lionsgate Bridge. I mean, wow, right? I'm like, wow. And that's a lot of that is you have to go to certain times, obviously, with the tide. The ships need to fit underneath there. NCL Jewel's not a big ship. It's a smaller ship, so it fits. Sunsets. We're on the other side of the Lionsgate Bridge. We're heading for Alaska. We wake up, we're doing pictures. This is my first, I see a thing, there's going to be secret to a flatter stomach. Well, what guy in his 50s doesn't want a flatter stomach, right? So I'm ready to, I go attend this thing. I have no idea that it's going to be an upsell to a nutritional package, right? I have no idea. So luckily I'm born with the ability to say no. So I said no to the upsell, which, I'm not going to quote a price. It's whatever it is, it is. I wasn't buying it. Then we went to some jewelry seminars. They got the cruise director. He's working with the jewelry shops. He's telling us where to go in these different ports. That this is going to be an amazing, time to buy jewelry. And if you buy it from the places they recommend, NCL says they're good, and if there's any problems, you're covered. So that's good. Then I see another one about checking out your feet. Well, whose feet are bad? So I go to the foot seminar. Yeah, I just think they're doing things just to be nice. They do things at the timeshares sometimes, and they're not trying to sell me stuff. They are just trying to be nice. But no, these guys are upselling. So it's a business. It's a business. This is like Las Vegas on water. If you haven't been on one and you're just going, or if you have, you'll understand what I mean. It's Las Vegas on water. You have to. If my mom wouldn't have been there, I would have had to pay the newbie tax, the new guy tax. You got to pay the new tax, right? Vegas got my money the first time. I'll tell you that. The second time, no, I said no to everything. I saw it coming, but the first time I didn't see them coming. They're very, very good at getting the money. So, anyways, I said no to the insole slip into your shoes. The demonstrations are amazing, though. If you want to go, you go just to see the demonstrations. I've been in sales for a few years. I sold vacuums when I was young, like 18, and then I own a sales company now for 15, 17 years, something like that. Started in 09, it's 25, so 18 years. So I've done sales. This is like sales to me. I did sales by phone, so this is talking into this. This is like sales for me. So if you see I'm comfortable with it, it's because I've sat at desk for hours a day, talking, selling. I had other people selling too, obviously, but when money needed to be found, I got on the phone. You have to do that if you're the business owner. I would help them. And then eventually we just hired better people that were capable of not just getting quotes, sending quotes, but were capable of closing sales and getting the orders. So found the library. Library's looking very good. There's a nice video.
Must be 4 o'clock by now.
So he said it was going to be a posture seminar,
Yeah,
and then it turned into a
sales thing.
Just
4:30.
it's nice to. And then I went.
There's my mom. Okay, so she's wearing her green card. I'm going to post my bronze card somewhere right here. I'm going to try and find this spot right here. I'm new to video editing, but I'm going to try. And the bronze card on NCL means you're new, first cruise. And I've never asked the crew, and I don't know if they would tell you, but I think they give special attention to you when you're bronze, because I've never felt that much love in my life. Everybody's like, oh, how do you like it? Are you gonna, hey, we go here, we go there, are you gonna do this? And I'm like, wow, yeah, I would love to go to those places, and it was like I was part of the family, I was really excited. My mom is, she's got a green card, and I've talked to NCL. I'm now diamond. I'm diamond level. 300 and some nights, actual nights on a ship. I got 400 and some points. I've spent, let me just pull that up. I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to post that too. I did my calculations so that, because sometimes they give double points, there's different things that went on. I spent 322 nights on a cruise ship in the last 2 years. Well, 26 months, 2 years and 2 months, so 322. That's a lot of nights on a ship, isn't it? So I think I know what I'm talking about when I talk about cruising, okay? And traveling, period, because cruising's good, but you got to get there. So you got to figure out your way through the airports and the hotels and the shuttles and the taxis and the Ubers and I got lots of tips for you in every port, so stick around. I got 431 points with NCL. No, 412, I guess it is, nights. They gave me some bonus ones lately. I got 412. I don't know when I got diamond, but I've been diamond for a while. The diamond pin is amazing. Once even your bronze, you get pins for every stage of your latitude on NCL. So make sure you go to see the cruise next people and get your pins. I got them all. My diamond one, they had to go get it from the safe. I think it's a real little diamond in it. It's got a diamond. Don't know the value or anything, but it's a nice touch for sure. I don't wear it around. I just keep it. And I keep all my cruise cards. So I'm going to post that, like I said, my bronze card here, but that's at home. All my cards are with me. I got 2 homes. This is the winter home. This is in the Philippines. I always say it's Tony's place. This is Tony's place, and then I got the condo in Canada. So I'm at Tony's place, which is it's named after her, so it's good. So okay, so that's what we're doing here. The cards, yeah. So I told NCL, because I'm bronze, I got a bronze one, my mom's got a green one. Well, I'm diamond now, I'm still just a green one. I told him, like, everybody likes recognition, man. Like, why don't we get different levels, get different colored cards, right? Hey, if you see a purple one, that's somebody in a suite or whatever, like they've spent that money. But I mean, some recognition just amongst us commoners that aren't in the suites. And hey, and if you're in a suite, I'm glad you are, because it helps to keep my fares where they are. So, and if I'm happy where I am, you're happy where you are. So I'm not saying it. I did talk to a guy he said once he did a suite, he couldn't go back, so now he has to cruise less. So there is that, the budget is this. And if you go into suites, you get a couple. And if you just stay down, in the balconies and just do your regular cruising, you can probably get, 4 for the price of 1 or 3 for the price of 1. Anyways, I said, why not, every one, Sapphire, gold, platinum, sapphire, diamond. Why don't we get different ones? I've met a lady lately that's an ambassador. That was on our New England cruise. Tony was with me. Sometimes I call Tony Pink Hat. You're going to see her in her pink hat. I got her a pink hat in Mallorca, and she wears it sometimes. Very cute on her. But NCL never, I never heard anything back. If I did, it was to say that the other ones are for suites, and that's it. Anyways, I would do it. People like it. People would be like, oh, wow, one day I want to get a diamond one or whatever, I don't know if I'll ever get ambassador. I don't go anywhere twice. If it happens to be, I just did Honolulu to Tahiti and then Tahiti to Melbourne. Well, I already did the Hawaiian Island cruises, so I did see the first 3 or 4 ports, but I was there to get over to see Bora Bora and Tahiti and then get on and get, I wanted to see Brisbane is why I really did the whole thing. I'll talk about that when I do those ones, but what can happen is I booked Tahiti to Melbourne because I wanted to see Brisbane, and then flying into Tahiti's not easy. So I thought, like, how can I make this easier? It's easier for me to get to Honolulu, and I kept checking and there was never any availability. And then all of a sudden it opened up, and not only could I get on in Honolulu, but it was very, very affordable, which was, I think, 13 days Honolulu to Tahiti. And I'm glad I did because I saw a lot of ports, and the flight was a lot easier. I've got Hilton timeshare in Honolulu. I could get over there, use the timeshare a bit, get on the ship and go, and a lot easier. People that got into Tahiti and the whole thing, it's a bit of a deal. Those places aren't really set up for, lots of people getting off and on. But whatever. NCL makes it work. They always make it work. They put up tents. They do whatever they have to do. They'll get it done. It's a business. They know what. Sometimes it doesn't look like they know what they're doing, but believe me, they know what they're doing. They're going to get her done. Sometimes it doesn't always go well. I've seen people pass out, and ambulances have to come and get them in Mauritius. So things can go very, very bad. So if you're not sure about cruising, make sure you get on, like in a Vancouver or a Los Angeles, which is near Long Beach. Different, get on in a major place. Like just Google like Tahiti cruise terminal. Oh, there isn't one. Okay, well then that could be a bit of a scene down there. You could be hauling your bags, and whatnot, so, and standing in the sun and everything. So anyways, just figure that stuff out, check out temperatures. That's a little cruise tip for you. Loving the stuff. Now we're going to start to see ice and everything here, and glaciers, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Port information, Juneau. Okay, wow, we're going to get somewhere. We got American Night at the Garden Cafe. They got Blue Plate tacos at the Oceans. Do I ever say that place right? Sheehan's, I guess. Oceans. I never ate there. It's got wings and stuff. I'm not up at 3 a.m. eating wings, so if you are, that's where you go. That's the only place open. It's open all the time, as far as I know. Was, anyways. Things are always changing. Even from 2022 to now, there's different levels of entertainment. Different things are changing in the cruise industry for sure. There's no turn down at night in the rooms. The room cleaners are doing a lot more rooms than they used to. There's less people, less staff. It's all the changes that can happen. There's Juneau. I'm going to see Juneau, and I'm excited. Geez, look at that. It only took us 30 minutes to get to Juneau because we did that inside day. I did those seminars, right? And my mom's got her map of places to go in Juneau, because they don't just tell you to go to that jewelry store. They tell you go there and you're going to get a free thing. So we're going to go there. We're going to get the free things. She said, I feel kind of bad if I don't buy anything. I said, hey, if they're offering, we just get it. We don't need to feel bad. That's the offer, right? If you buy anything, good. And if you don't. So we get into Juneau, and it's got the red and the yellow and the purple buildings. I mean, it's looking like a fishing, what you would imagine a fishing village looks like. It looks like that. And the scenery, the leaves are changing to yellows and reds. I mean, it's October. It's just a beautiful time to go. It's cloudy, but the sun's going to come out. Now I see the Spinnaker Lounge. So the ships like the NCL Jewel, I just got off the Sun. I've been on the Sky. Any ship that has a forward-facing lounge, I like. I like that view. You know, that is the view. You know, the people that are in the suites, that's where they're either in the front or the back. They got the front view or the back view, right? And so that's the view you want. Not all ships have it, so if they don't have it, they don't have it. The Star, for one, does. I did Antarctica on the Star; it doesn't have it. But then you got deck 7 or 6, you know, whichever one it's going to be, the walking deck. But you can get out there and you can get fairly forward, and you still can get some nice pictures. And then always go up to the very top, and there'll be a spot. I went right to the top off the camera even. You go up there and you can get you know, nice pictures from different spots up there. So make sure you do that. And viewpoints, if you're not taking pictures, at least you can look. Okay, so there's some pictures of us in the Spinnaker Lounge. I'm looking out, I'm seeing the people all going, and I think this is crew. I think some of the crew had to go off and check in. I'm just not sure what that was. I never did ask. There's some selfies of me and my mom. It's a little wet out there. It's definitely been moist. Now Alaska spoils you because you park downtown. it's just like pulling into your garage, right? I'm like, wow, you know, like this is why millionaires and billionaires have yachts, because you're just parked right downtown. We left Vancouver, downtown Vancouver, right? You're right downtown when we left Vancouver. Now we pull into Juneau, we're right downtown. You literally get off the ship, walk for a minute, and you're in Juneau. Like, wow, this is amazing. Not all cruises are like that. The Caribbean's very similar, but after that, you can get, okay, we're going to go to Berlin. Yeah, right. You're going to be in some industrial container port, you know, 2.5, 3 hours from Berlin. You're going to be taking buses and trains. You know, it's not glamorous sometimes, but it gets you there, right? You know what I mean? So I'm loving the Jewel. NCL Jewel is. I'm all smiles. I'm like, this is the life. You go to bed, you wake up, you're in a new town. Like, that is no airports, no, you know, no hassles, no flight delays. You know, it's just it's nice traveling. They're selling tours there. My mom's not. She's already done tours. I'm like, I'm fine. I don't need to do tours. Let's just find this jewelry, walk around. Let's do it that way. Go to the Red Dog Saloon, of course. You got to hit some of the famous spots. I got a buddy that has did a lot of traveling when he was a kid, so he would message me, hey, if you're going to be there, make sure you go check out this and that. Some nice artwork. A lot of people went over to the library. There's a lot of professionals on these cruises, and they know where the good internet is for free. I had to buy, I'm still working, so I always have to buy the best internet they got, which in 2022 wasn't that great, honestly, but at least it was better than nothing. So, you know, it cost me $35, $40 a day, so it adds up, you know. I just did 31 days, so we can do the math on that, can't we? I think it's 30 a day, so it's like $1,000. Anyways, that's about all they get money out of me for. Buy some pictures. So NCL, there we are. The Jewel's looking great in the Port of Juneau. The Alaska flags looks great. The artwork everywhere is great. The bears are great, lots of bears. There's my mom with the cruise director guy that told us to come here and get stuff. And my mom got all her free stuff. Lots of bears. There's a tram that goes up in Alaska, in Juneau, goes up to the top there, so do that. Some more bears. Just really great pictures. Filipino Community Hall, renovated 1983. Filipinos must have gone there working in the fishing, eh? Filipinos really go everywhere, work very hard. So yeah, you see them on the cruise ships. If you go to Hawaii, there's a lot of Filipinos in Hawaii. They went there to work in the pineapple business. Is it orchard? Plantations, pineapple plantations. Trying to think what word that is. There's the staircase. Look at all the staircases in Juneau. You imagine that's where you're going to take your groceries up every day. Alaska Hotel, established 1913. Gotta love it. I mean, we're just loving it. It looks like the trees are looking great. Looks like the sun never did come out. We're getting ready to go, but it's not wet. We didn't get wet, so we're happy. Got our pictures with the NCL Jewel sign there. I bought a bunch of chocolate bars. having worked in the Philippines since 2009 and with Tony's call center, which works for me. I'm its main customer. It's helps with my sales of my company. I know chocolate is a nice thing, so I got some great chocolate bars here. So we got that. Okay, back onto the ship. Juno's looking wow as we're leaving, and it's roasted steamship night. That's a big hunk of meat. Beautiful cake. It's American night or something, and they got the red, white, and blue flag cake. Like the food is, I'm blown away by all the food. I really am. And then there's a magical comedy show, so we do that. And then here we go. We're gonna get into the next place, which is we go to sleep, we wake up, bam, we're getting off. It's foggy, it's nice. We're in Skagway, and we're parked right downtown. Like, wow, this is looking good. There's a picture of me. The ship's just like tied like right to Main Street. It's so crazy. It's so good. Skagway's looking great. Trees are looking great. Whitehorse is that way. The Yukon. Welcome to Skagway, Alaska. Dawson City's over that way. Okay, what else does that sign say? Nome. You know, I've heard of some of those places. Nome, Alaska, right? There's some hikers. There's a tragedy. The SS Princess Sophia sank in October of 1918. So we're there in October, so it's kind of a, you know, hits home when it's always near when you're there. They got a time capsule buried. They're going to open that one day. Big trains with the snow blowers. They got to keep those train tracks clear. And Skagway is just, you know, like a tourist town. The buildings are authentic. It's just really authentic place. Very, very great place. Some very cool buildings. Golden North Hotel with the gold top. There I am. See, that's Main Street. See the ship behind me at the end there? That's Alaska. Hey, just park the ship right on Main Street and let's do it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'm like, hey, I'm impressed. Look at the temperature too. 55 degrees. It's like, what? In October in Alaska and sunny? Gold nuggets for sale. Pandemic level is 0. Shoplifters will shoot them. Survivors will be prosecuted. If you live, they prosecute you. I love that sign. It's just looking great. Look at all there's totem poles. I mean, the leaves are turning. There's some things up in the hills there that the locals have done as part of tourism. Lots more staircases. There's the rail cars. Again, with the ship being right there, we're really enjoying this cruise. We get back on. There's the atrium. Look at the jewel. Like, that's the atrium. It's hard to believe it's a ship. It's like I'm staying in a hotel. Which, you know what? They do presentations. It's a floating hotel business. It's a hotel, just floats around. Same business. Great pictures of the mountains. Look at Skagway. You know, I mean, that's from the Spinnaker Lounge. That's why you want that front view. Just amazing up there. There's a picture of me with the mountains. Okay, I think we're going to go to Glacier Bay. We sleep, we wake up, we're going into Glacier Bay. We're just going to do the whole Alaska cruise here, one podcast. I'll split it into pieces. You can do it all at once or however you like to consume your content. The Rangers are coming on board. Join us at 9 a.m. to chat with the Rangers while we're there. We're hoping the fog will clear. It's very foggy out there. Can't see a thing. Nice. They got a whole presentation. This is, you know, when we expect to be at the different glaciers. This is when the Rangers are going to talk. So that's nice. Nice to have a schedule. They got the Glacier Bay National Park, and you can get your stamps done. So we did those. My mom mailed them, got them done, and then my mom got them, did postcards too, and mailed everything around to the nieces and the nephews and the sisters and whatnot. So we enjoyed our Ranger presentation, and now we're up in the Spinnaker Lounge with the Rangers, and now we're seeing glaciers, and we're loving it. The glaciers are just looking great, and the fog is gone. There's a nice video of the glaciers going by, so that's wonderful. Bits of ice. Glaciers are just looking great. You know, if I've since been there when I've heard them calving when that falls in. I did another Alaska cruise with Tony on Celebrity, and I heard them calving. So I've got videos of that, which will be in a later. I don't know what that was, my 10th or 11th cruise by then, but you'll hear that. There's the videos of the pools and the hot tubs. Glacier Bay. Look at the glaciers, and there's lots of them. Glaciers are looking great. Different times we're going to be at the different glaciers, and then the Blue Glacier. You can Google why that is, and then all of a sudden there's another ship there, and we're like, what? It's the NCL Spirit. Another NCL ship. I'm like, what? We're going to see another ship too from NCL. NCL is busy doing all this stuff. It's looking great. There's a nice video of the Spirit doing Alaska.
That's the sister ship.
Everyone
Norwegian Spirit.
Norwegian Spirit on the left side of the ship, a big wave as we pass by. There are two cruise ships that can enter Glacier Bay on any given day during the summer. There are
That's
many
the
different
sister
ways
ship.
to experience Glacier Bay.
We all left Vancouver together. That one's going to Hawaii, Honolulu after this stuff. So they're on a long one, 14 or 15 days. After this, they go to Hawaii. Or after, I don't know when, sometime during this cruise though. They don't go back to Vancouver. So yeah, neat, eh? This looks smaller than this one. I'll have to Google later.
Beautiful, nice ship. I think I've been on it. I think I did Sydney to Auckland on the Spirit. I just did the Australia, New Zealand. I did it on the Spirit. There we go, February 2024. Yeah, so I've been on the Spirit. I thought I had. Sorry about that. Should put the dates in. I will update that sheet so that I can keep it in better focus. We're doing lots of glacier pictures. You know, you just can't get enough of it. Every one looks more amazing than the last. Maybe they schedule it that way too, though, so that they just get better as the day goes on. And then they did Glacier Sundays, big ice cream with the whipped cream and the cherries and the whole thing. I can't eat any of that, but my mom was a sport. She doesn't eat a lot of sweets, but she got one for the photo ops and whatnot. She ate a bit of it, and we're getting some great pictures. We even got the onboard photographers were up there, so we said, yeah, that'd be great. So we got some pictures with them. And oh, there's a big duck. So NCL ducks. We ran into some people and they said we're hiding ducks. We had no idea what they're talking about. I soon learned what they're talking about, and by the next cruise I had brought ducks and took them with me. So Glacier Bay is done. And then that night they have the Latitudes party. My mom's silver, so she's invited to the Latitudes party. And this is meet the captain and some of the ranking officers, so my mom's very excited. She ends up meeting a guy from Uruguay. Yeah, Montevideo is I don't know how you say it, Uruguay. So there you go. I was on the right train. Anyways, that guy was from there. And my mom speaks German, and this guy speaks German because there was a lot of Germans who ended up in South America. You know, and you can Google the history of all that. But anyways, this guy had a German girlfriend at one time. I don't think he's still with her. Anyway, super nice guy, very nice. He spent time with my mom. She really loved that. And then my mom met a few of the people that are partying there. That night they were dancing and whatnot. She was enjoying. And then now Ketchikan, and they're going to have grilled Alaska salmon. Don't know if I've seen salmon on the ship since then. They had salmon in the mornings too, right? With, you know, how you can get the salmon and the cream cheese and all that on the crackers and whatnot. Yeah, my mom got that. She loved it. But I don't know if I've seen it. There's an Elvis watch, a Hamilton. Hamilton was the first electric watch, if you don't know that. And Elvis used to wear them back in the day. I've got an Elvis, I think it's his 75th birthday anniversary watch, Hamilton, expensive. I don't wear it, but I got it. It's a triangle type watch, very cool watch. I got one of those. So anyways, there's a picture of it. I got a similar one. There's the captain and all the people. Love the navigation maps on the TVs. Really shows you where you're going and what you're doing. We went up. They've got on one of the decks. You can go up there and you can bridge viewing. There's a bridge viewing room. You can go in there and sometimes look into the bridge. It depends. Sometimes it's closed because they can't do the reflection, or they don't want, you know, whatever they're doing is in public. They had flags there for different, whatever crew was on. That there was a flag for, so you knew, you know, who was on there. And now here we are in what did we say, Ketchikan? I think so. We pulled into Ward Cove. We got to take a shuttle bus. Yeah, we're in Ketchikan. The NCL Sun is there. Like, what? Another NCL ship. I'm like, huh? This is so great. And I've since been on the Sun. I just like got off of it. So I've been on that ship. It's a nice ship. I've been on the Sky, which is related to the Sun. Sun was a nice ship too. It's got the Spinnaker's observation lounge, so I like it right away. Buffet was great. So all good. So yeah, so here we are, two ships side by side. You gotta love that. Like, what a photo op, right? So we were really enjoying that. The only thing we didn't like is we're not parked. This is the first time we're not parked downtown. Now we got to take a shuttle. So we're getting this shuttle experience, which is basically line up and you know, try to get on a shuttle. And we got, so there's the nice, beautiful picture of both ships in the port in Ward Cove. We get over to Ketchikan, though. It's a short shuttle ride, and the shuttle bus driver was, you know, did a bit of a tour, explained some of the scenery as we went by. So it was all good. They got a beautiful wooden boardwalk built in there in Ketchikan. Great walking, lots of bears. You can see bears. I'm with a bear in every picture almost. Bears everywhere. There's a moose, Mortimer the moose. There's John Wayne with a huge polar bear, like massive. And there it says there, 9 feet tall, 1,400 pounds. So that's a jumbo size one there. There's a great sculpture of an eagle coming down at me. Sun is out. You can see the hills. You can see houses on the hills. You can see the staircases. I mean, Ketchikan is very, very nice. There's a Filipino restaurant, which now that I've toured a lot, you're going to see a lot of those in the ports. The locals are there, and there's a lot of crew and whatnot that can go eat there, so they can do a good business. Some great stained glass artwork. Look at the stairs going up to that place. Imagine, boy, you're going to live a long time if you live there. Your heart's going to be in good shape, isn't it? Another bear, whale tail bench. We're heading back here now. There's some totems. Toledo, and there's both the ships. Please show your photo ID. Get back on. The crew's busy cleaning the ship. They're always working, and we've got some specialty dining. They gave me a couple specialty dining, so we're going to do Cagney Steakhouse. I can't eat any of that stuff, but my mom can, so that's great. I'm gonna, you know, I don't need to. I can eat whatever. So she gets a shrimp opener, then she gets her steak and potato. It got off to a bit of a bad start because it's all included except if you do this, this, and this, which my mom doesn't like when there's that confusion part. She you know, it's supposed to be all included or not included, and all of a sudden there's an upcharge available. Well, we don't need the upcharge, but she didn't. Anyways, I get it. It's a business. So they managed to find me a potato, a broccoli, and a beef steak tomato. So I still had beef, but it was a tomato, giant tomato. Like, you know, I couldn't finish it. It's too much tomato. My mom had a delicious dessert, and then they got the main show, Le Cirque Bijou. It was a great show. It's very entertaining. There's the moon is out. Next day, sea day. We're heading back to Vancouver on a sea day. I tried the pool. I tried the hot tub. Loved it. It was all good. Did some good videos cruising along. Bit of video. We're heading home.
from Alaska. So it's 36 hours almost, I think it takes to get from Ketchikan back, because we left last night and it's now 12 hours later and we're gonna get there in 24, so yeah, 36 hours anyways. Oceans. No white caps yet, so that's good. But yeah, you can see the waves we're making. It wobbles a bit, but we're on deck 5 too, so we're low down. Low in the middle, so that's the less rocky spot. Anyways, that's what we're doing. The ship is pushing. It's nice.
It's Thanksgiving in Canada, so they got lots of Canada flags out. There's a whale spout blow. That was a great picture. Lucky to get that, wasn't I? And then I've also got some videos of the whales blowing, doing.
See this shape with the whale. Oh, there's a pot in it here for sure.
A bunch of them apparently. See the sprays. Sometimes you see the tail.
No, you see the back.
See the
Where
back.
the back where the spray comes out.
And then as they go down, the tail comes up. There's some more sprays.
Yeah,
so
did
we'll
you see
start-
the black and white?
See the spray.
Yeah? Okay. So they were back there already. I mean, we passed it.
Their things, so that was wonderful to be out there and see that. I'll post that. There's people signed up for the painting classes. I don't know if you got to pay for that or not. I don't paint even if it's a beginner's class. But people were there doing it, and they painted whale tails, so that's perfect. My one souvenir I got is a whale tail. I think there's a picture of it. So the guy in the middle of this Q&A session, he is that's the guy from Uruguay. And that's the guy my mom liked. He's very nice. Spent time with my mom. There's the big Canada flags, and now we ate at the main dining room. It's beautiful in there. I have to Google what it's called. I can do that quickly. Main dining room. Main dining room on NCL Jewel. It's a Russian type name. I know that. Tsar's Palace. Yeah, there's also the Azura. I don't think we ate in there. I think we just did the Tsar's Palace. Like I said, I mostly have to eat in the buffet due to my requirements. I can go to the dining rooms, but I don't. Obviously they can find French fries. I can eat French fries. There's some things they could find for me. I had a fruit plate. That's what I can eat there. So they figured out something. But beautiful restaurant, Fabergé egg type thing going on. There they did a Q&A with the performers. So that was interesting. That's a lot of work. The magic guy was there again. And then we go to bed, we wake up. This is a good time to stop. I don't know why I didn't take pictures. So how did I'm on this first cruise, never cruised in my life. I'm on this first cruise. I will say I did try to plan some cruising. I think in 2019 I was planning, they get typhoons and hurricanes and stuff from June until November in the Philippines. It's like a 4 or 5 month thing. And so I was thinking I'm gonna maybe just try to do some cruises and not be here for that. And then Tony ended up getting a US visa so we could fly and now do things. So I never did end up getting on a cruise ship, but I'd already been kind of thinking of it. If you travel enough, and you're on the internet, you're gonna see pictures of some beautiful places that cruise ships go. So that's what had caught my eye. Anyways, I'm in a cruise. The Cruise Next does presentations. And I don't think it's titled See the World by Cruise Ship, but it's going to be something like, places we're going in next year or whatever. And I attend this thing and I'm like, wow, really? It goes there, it goes there, it goes there, it goes there. And it's such an easy way to travel. You get on, you sleep, you wake up, you're in a new beautiful city to see, you spend the day, you come back, go to sleep, wake up, you're in a beautiful city to see. I mean, it's just relaxing. Compared to, the hectic of fly, and, go. And when you fly, you lose a lot of days, right? You got to spend a day to get to the airport to fly, and then you get there. and then you got, 1 or 2 days, and then you got to fly. It's a lot of flying. So this is very relaxing. I'm really loving it. And I'm on this ship, and I get a phone call. Now, always put your phone in flight mode, so you don't want to be racking up data and charges like that. But I was off the ship, and I had got a voicemail, and I have to check it in case it's something to do with work. And when I'm on land, I can, turn my phone on. So, and it's a personal cruise consultant calling from NCL to say, thanks for cruising with us. It's your first cruise. If you want to book any more cruises, please let me know. I can look into that for you. I call back and I say, I was just at a presentation. It's amazing. They're selling cruise next certificates. She's like, well, buy cruise first certificates. They're the exact same thing, but she gets commission when she sells cruise first. Cruise next people on the ship get cruise next. Just buy the cruise next if you're on the ship, right? Those people are working hard. Just give them. Anyways, I bought cruise first because this lady's selling the cruise first. And I book right away November. I'm going to go see Caribbean. And then I book December. I'm going to see Panama Canal. January, she calls me. January, there's a good deal on Antarctica. Can you fly to Buenos Aires and do that? I'm like, yeah, I can. Let's do it. So the pandemic, I had been now they say digital nomad. I don't know what you call it. But after I left and I started my own business, left the corporate world and started my own business, I never wanted to work in an office again. I never have, luckily. I've always worked from home. Now it's a thing. Back then it wasn't a thing. Anyone who works for me works from home. I don't have an office. There's nowhere they can go to. So they get the benefit of working at home, which is a fairly nice perk. Beats driving. I used to travel by transit, trains and buses. It would take me over an hour each way. So I spent a lot of hours getting in and out of the city for my living. And so I'm going to do, and then the pandemic hit, and I was trying to think what I was talking about. I was getting around to the pandemic hit, and I couldn't travel anymore. I had to be back home, and I didn't like it. So it was nice to be able to get out and about again, and I'm going to go now. So we're packing up. That's the only thing I don't like about cruising is the night before you got to figure out what you don't need and put everything else and put it out the door, and then wake up and hope that you remember the things you're going to need. Worst one, I woke up and my toothbrush was gone. The cleaning guy, I guess that day, had thrown it into either he did or I did, I don't know, but somehow I never put it in the shaving kit. The toothbrush was in the shaving kit, so I woke up. Anyways, still had the toothpaste. My finger can clean the teeth if it has to. I've been places where that's how it's done if you don't have a toothbrush. So that's how it goes. We're packing up. Happy Thanksgiving, Canada. And they got the big turkey. Look at the turkey. My mom's so excited. Happy Thanksgiving Day. It's Canada Thanksgiving. I've been on the ships when it's American Thanksgiving. This last one, I got on November 20th and got off December 21st. Yeah, I've never been on the ship for Christmas, but anyways, I've been on a couple times for American Thanksgiving, big party, lots of football games. It's a good time for sure. It's nice. The ships, any holiday, they really go all out. The Christmas cruises are amazing. I've never been on it for Christmas Day, New Year's Day. Those I think are probably sold out. I don't know, but usually I'm going to be with family. But some people do them, and I'm sure they're amazing. This is the closest. I got off on the 21st when I got off in Melbourne just a couple weeks ago, and the crew was doing Christmas carols on the stairs in the atrium. There's trees everywhere, train sets running. They really go all out. It's if you haven't done it, please do. It's if you get on for American Thanksgiving, anytime in there, they're gonna start to get those trees and things up, right? But I've been on the Bliss. I did Panama Canal in December, so that's probably. But I think the Getaway in November, late November already, was doing that stuff. There's a picture of us with our guy. I can't remember where he was from, but he was our room steward. he had just had his wife had a child back home. My mom bought the kid a little, jumper suit thing. I gave him some cash tip. We can talk about that stuff. They got the auto tip thing, right? It's like $20 or something each person in the room. I'm not going to argue with people about it. It is what it is. I pay it. It goes to the people behind the scenes. It's kind of like tipping out. I give that guy cash. He's not going to go share it with 50 other people, or there's 1,000 other people on that ship. He's not going to go split it up between all those people, right? It's going to go in his pocket. He's making extra. The bartenders are making extra. There's a few people that are going to get extra. Specialty dining people are probably getting extra. There's a few ways that they're getting extra. But the people that are cleaning the dishes and they're filling the buffets and they're carrying the trays to the tables, those people aren't getting the contact to get the cash, right? So that's where that money goes. I trust NCL gives it to them, and the other cruise lines give it to them. If they don't, hey, that's bad karma, that's on you. The math is, a little iffy, especially now with the cruise cutbacks. If there's 2 in the room, you're paying $40 a day. They're paying those people around $1,500 a month. So you can do the math. Okay, I'm paying for you and you and you. But anyways, is what it is. There's a lot of flack always goes on about it. Maybe they're going to change how they do that. I don't know. Up to them, whatever. I even prepay it now, so I don't need to see it every day and wonder, some days it's twice because they didn't do it a day before or whatever. I just prepay it. I don't want to know about it. There, give it to them. Here's your money. We went up to the Spinnaker Lounge. It was our final night there. We are with the Filipino band. They're all Filipinos. It was their last. They're gonna get off in Vancouver and fly home. Their contract was done. I don't know how many months they did. I think it's 6 to 8 months they do. Maybe longer if they extend, I guess. I've met people that did 8 and they're extended to 10 and will go longer if they don't really need to go home. They like the money. You spend a lot of money when you're not at work. There, farewell for now. NCL says farewell for now. And there's Vancouver. I woke up early and coming into Vancouver again through the Lionsgate Bridge. It's just beautiful, all lit up at night like that. It was just amazing. Such a picture perfect place. I went out, and that's there. You can see I'm up in the bridge viewing room, but it's blacked out. I can't see anything. All I can see is this little thing telling me what they're doing. And there's the map showing what we did, how we got there. Yeah, there you can see they got the curtains drawn. I guess for the reflection, right? They need to be able to see in the front there. There's my mom. She got up. She found me. There's our goodbye. Journey begins after the coffee. Always have your coffee. There, they're filling the ship. They're getting it ready. There's the leaves. There's my mom back home. Did the drop. Said, thank you, Mom. There's my Norwegian jewel. There's my bronze key card. It's still on my bureau today. Bought the shirt, even NCL jewel. There's my whale tail souvenir. I bought it. There's the NCL ship even. I bought the ship even. There it is, the full ship. And that's one of my souvenirs. Like I said, they were taking pictures up there, so I got a picture with my mom by the glaciers. Bought the little chair. I love the chair. That's where all my cards sit in now in my latitude pins. They sit in that chair, so it's a nice holder for those things for me. Oh, there, we don't need that's now we're past that. I guess I had to get a notary for some kind of there's my next one, Norwegian Getaway, November 8th, 10 days, we're gonna do it. And then I was home not even, I think I got off the ship on the 10th or the 12th. I was home the 13th. The 14th I flew to Vegas because I'm with my sister. We're gonna do NASCAR. There's a bit of I did some videos even. I'm going to see if I can just tease you a bit with the NASCAR thing. I got all my pictures sorted. Yeah, here.
Beginning of 201 laps of Xfinity Class Racing here at the mile-and-a-half Super Speedway, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. On your race car, dive on a pit road. We race under the green flag. Here's the mile-and-a-half trial. Bringing them down to the green flag.
It was great, man. Las Vegas for NASCAR. Are you kidding me? I love them. Well, I told you I got a Mustang 5-liter. Of course, I love race cars. Vancouver used to have Indy car races, so that was my start. My little sister bought me tickets. I went to that with her. It was my first time going to IndyCar, and I've since been to IndyCar, F1. I've done F1 races, MotoGP motorcycle races. Those I did in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, but yeah. So I got off that ship. Like I said, I fell in love with cruising, and I was like, I'm going to see the world. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do it in 2 years. It's taken me a little bit longer due to some constraints, such as I need to be in my country a few months a year to maintain my medical and my driver's license and some things like that. And then when are the ships going and where are they going, right? This is a good time now to just go into, if you ever decide to do something like what I did, you need to have a clean slate. So I went to Vegas for this NASCAR. So this Vegas NASCAR thing had been booked quite a bit before, and you know, it's not just, if it's just me going, of course I could cancel, but my sister's going. So I had a lot of plans already, you know, obviously. It's like that where you got to, you know, you got things planned out. I also got something else planned in November after I did NASCAR, then I flew and I did that getaway cruise in the Caribbean, and then I had to go back to Vegas for a convention, and like that, right? You know, because otherwise, once you're going, you want to just do back to back to back to back if you can, things like that. Like after I did, once my commitments were done, I said, you know, I booked my cruises, and then when people said, hey, can you do this? I'm like, oh no, I got a cruise. I'm busy. I can't do it anymore. And that's how you want to do it. You save a lot of time. You save a lot of money in flying around and things. So I did the Caribbean 3 times, 3 different ships to get it done. I could have stayed on the getaway in November, that first getaway one. It did the south or whatever, and then the west. You know, there's like 3 different ways to play sections of the Caribbean, and I could have done 2/3 of it in one trip, 20 days. Instead, I flew home, flew back. You know, like it's a lot of travel, and the flying for me is still terrible. Cancellations, luggage waits, just the whole thing it is what it is. It's very fast. I mean, you know, take you 3 or 4 days to drive to New York, and you can fly there in 6 hours. I mean, you know, do the math, right? Like, and the hotels and the gas, just figure out all the math. You know, flying's a deal, right? So I get it. But anyways, that's how you want to do it if you can. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It's long, but I hope I can be entertaining this way. I'm trying to find out how I like to do things. You know, of course it will depend on how you like things. Hopefully this works. Hopefully I can be entertaining enough, tell some stories as we go along. I'm going to post amongst this video. Sometimes you're going to see me, sometimes you won't see me. You'll just hear the voice, because I'm going to let the pictures just go through the reels, and there'll also be real pictures, so you can follow along that way and get the quick, you know, if you want to do Juneau in like, you know, 2 minutes, just look at all the pictures. I don't think I mentioned, I had some people that can afford to go due to different reasons. Maybe I did at the beginning, the finances and the health and whatnot. But yeah, you know, and if you're in that position, then you know, these are really also for you. I'm lucky I've got my health. I'm young enough. I have the finances still. I've got my health still, so I'm able to do it. It's not for everybody. So I hope you come along with me. I got lots of car travels, cruise travels, timeshare travels, been going hard since, like I said, 2012. I've been traveling a lot of trips, a lot of places. So plus I live in, Philippines in the winter, which is, amazing things to see and do in the Philippines. It's far to go. So if you do ever go, stay a while and check it all out. Boracay, places like that. Okay, Blue Hat Bucket List Traveler. Hope you're having a great day. We will talk soon. Cheers.